Yo, we here. Got my boy Johnny in the building, man.
Yes, sir.
Yo,
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate you coming out here, man, because he invited me to a festival that he's doing himself. Oshkosh, Wisconsin. I know. It's crazy. But shout out to my boy, man. We got Ski Mask headlining. We got a lot of dope artists. And I just got a bunch of questions, man. Like, bro, first of all, say your name. Drink the Arizona, my boy.
Johnny. My name is Johnny Jetpack. Our festival name is Valley Vinyl Music Festival. We got Ski Mask the Slump Guys, Snow Strippers, Homicide Gang, RMC Mike, Che,
Crazy.
Hard Rock, Molly Santana, 4-5, Icy Twat, Brothel and Belize, PFA Forever, Evil Gianni, all in the middle of Wisconsin. Which is crazy, bro. It's my hometown, so it's all love. I'm just trying to, expand the culture that's out there. There's not much culture or diversification, so I'm just trying to bring that to my own city,
No, that's honestly insane, bro, because my boy hit me up, and it was in the hidden requests. You know how, like, on Instagram where, like, it was like 50 followers on the account, and I'm thinking it's spam. I'm there, and I'm very excited for this festival, man, and I think the people really want to know how. Who are you, my boy? That's the question. No disrespect. I don't mean it that way.
Yeah.
But, like, to have Ski Mask, someone that's extremely legendary in this culture, to headline is insane. Let's start from that. Where'd you even start the idea of doing this festival? How long did it take to bring this to fruition, bro?
2 years ago was when the idea popped in my head. My family was really on my case about, doing something with my life and figuring it out. And I was just like, fuck it, you know what I mean? All my life, I've only enjoyed going to concerts and doing stuff like that. I've been to over like 750 concerts in my entire life. So like,
Crazy.
I travel around the nation and go to all these shows. All my friends are like all different states and everything. That's how all my friends are. I don't have any friends in like my hometown really. So like, I've always wanted to like, my favorite part about festivals is the connectability that comes with it. So love and unity. And that's like the entire purpose of my event, is to bring people together of all different walks of life and have everyone view each other as family. Like that's the main purpose. So, I wanted to create a loving, amazing environment and bringing culture to my city.
How long have you even been going to concerts like that, bro?
First concert was when I was 14 years old. It was Jack White at the Rave in Milwaukee. That was the first one. And then, from there, it kind of like started an addiction. So like I travel all around all the time going to concerts, but nonstop been going to shows, since I was like 14 years old.
That's crazy because, listen, when people say Oshkosh, they might look at that like, Oshkosh.
Sopranos shut us up, bro. Sopranos, they said it, bro.
I tell all my friends and family, like, yo, I'm going to Oshkosh, and they're like, what is that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But honestly, bro, like, for real, that's insane to, like, do a festival in your own hometown, Like, that's amazing. Like, if I could do my own festival in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, that would be fantastic. But, like, you got to talk about how, like, why Ski Mask? I guess we'll start from there. Why Ski, bro?
Bro, Ski Mask, he's a legend, for one. For two, he's almost been in the game for, like, almost 10 years. One of my favorite artists of all time. That whole entire era of music, like 2015 to like 2017, like their come up and everything with Rest in Peace X, but with X and everyone, like that shit, Members Only, was it was like life changing for real.
He went to a X show.
Yeah. Bro,
that's insane.
X got in my face, like not like that, but like, like he was on the barrier, like right in front of us, and like, bro, it's just crazy, like seeing all that shit, like for real. Like X changed my life, like his perspective on life and like his perspective on like creation and evolution, like all of it is just, I don't know, bro. He shifted the culture completely, and like I've always had so much love for him and Ski Mask, so it's just really like a 360 moment to like be growing up and like watching all that shit, being like, I love Ski Mask, I love X, and like now like bro's performing at my festival. Like it's unreal. It's really crazy, honestly. It's really crazy.
That is, bro, I'll tell you what, man, like I've seen Ski maybe 10 times. Like every time you see Ski, it's always
crazy.
A movie. You know what I'm saying? So
and that's a huge thing too. All the artists we have at the festival, like they're all amazing performers. You know what I mean? With me being to so many shows, like, I know who's really good, and I know who, like, no offense to anyone else, but I know who's really fucking gonna be insane at performing. So like all these sets. I don't know how people in the crowd are going to survive. We're making WWE belts with VV on it. So like whoever survives the rail and becomes the rail warrior, they get the belt at the end of the event, and then they can turn it in next year for a free ticket, you know? So like, yeah, it's just crazy to me. Like, it's just a lot of love. I'm just really excited. A lot of energy.
How long has this been in the works though? Because like, don't get me wrong, like I've been to a million festivals and like, yeah, like I have dreams of like, dang, I'd love to host an event, host a festival, but like, how did this start, man? Like, who did you contact? Did you contact the mayor of Oshkosh? Like, how does this, you know what I'm saying? How did you get that space, dude? Like,
yeah. So originally it was supposed to be, we have an arena in Oshkosh. So originally it was supposed to be at the arena, but the first thing I did, I wrote a fat ass business plan. So like goes over like growth, just everything, like every single thing I could envision about anything where my company could go or grow into. Like I wrote it all down in there. So it's like 30 pages of just like random shit. But that was the first step, and then from there it was more or less just like organizing. So getting in contact with the city, getting in contact with the arena, and then when I was talking to the city, they recommended that I do it over at the Leech. So I was like, fuck it, you know what I mean? I like outdoor venues anyway, so moved to that. And then it was a matter of like, I hired one person to get on the team. She's really cool. Shout out Sophie Kornick. But you know, it was a matter of doing all that stuff. So yeah, honestly, I thought the easy part was going to be hiring the artist. That was like the last thing I did, but that was easily like top 3 hardest things. Originally, we were supposed to have a famous rapper Chief Keef at the event, so that would have been nuts. But you know, I had to write like a whole entire essay on like the cultural importance of Chief Keef and the diversification that he bring to the city, and give it to city council. And I had to wear like a suit and tie and speak at city council for their approval.
you actually did that?
Yeah, there's like, it's on YouTube, bro. It's crazy. But it happened last year back in May. So like, yeah, I was really nervous. The video is funny because I'm actually really like geeked, but like, yeah, that, like, I don't know. There's a lot of shit that I've had to jump through to like make it all work. But 2 local restaurants are gonna be there. You know, everyone that we're working with is all like independent companies. We don't have any corporate backing or anything. It's all from me. So like, you know, I have a very, very small team of people that I fuck with that are on my team. So like, it's really cool just to see me like naturally cultivate something I've always envisioned for Oshkosh. Oshkosh is supposed to be known as like the event city, and like we've always had like Country USA and like Rock USA and now Crossroads. We have like the largest airplane convention in the entire US called EAA in Oshkosh. So, like over like 750,000 people flying to Oshkosh every single year. Yeah. So like that's like eventually the growth plan is to have it out there, and people can take like a connecting flight from Chicago, Milwaukee, like straight into the venue, and they get off and they're at the festival. Wow. But like we're known as the event city, but we've never had like a real rap festival in the city, or even in Wisconsin in general. We got Summerfest and shit, but even they're not like putting on for the culture like I expect, you know? Like this is like, and the way I want to take it also is like not just strictly rap, because we got like electronic artists like Snow Strippers, Brothel, and Belize that are coming, and like, you know, and PFA Forever. Like I'm trying to just put on for like underground and mainstream artists, because there's a lot of people out here that still deserve recognition for who they are. So many people think it's like they're too cool to like, you know what I mean, show out and be like, yo, I really fuck with this person. But like if you genuinely have love for any artist or anything, like it's cool to be like, yo, I love this person, I love what they do. Sorry, that's a lot.
No, that's insane, bro, because I'm telling you, when he DM'd me, I was like, damn, Oshkosh is crazy. But we outside, you know.
Yeah.
Of course, people that are from the outside, they've heard of the Milwaukees of the world and stuff like that. But what's cool about him, he's commented on my YouTube videos for years.
Yeah.
So, bro, he's not just some random person that, you know, just never really been to shows or isn't really about the culture. My boy really be in the pits for real. My boy be in Summer Smash, all that, you name it. So it's not like just some random guy, you know, you're about the culture, which is really cool. I think that's really dope that it's not just some random guy. It's somebody that be in the pits for real. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's super dope. And honestly, man, how do you get in contact with these artists? Like, do you just contact the managers? Do you contact you just send them a DM? Like, what is it?
Some of the artists, like, we just finished a Icy Twat booking that gets announced tomorrow, but like, you know, there's certain artists that I've like reached out to their management, certain artists that like I've reached out through like DMs, and then some of them I had to book through like a talent agency. So like through their roster, you can see like who they have. But yeah, stuff like that. I mean, I'm not trying to gatekeep, but like there's certain ways, you know, you have to get around it, especially with being like unknown like I was at first, you know, like it's really difficult because, you know, it's something I picture in my brain. I know if I can see it in my brain, like if I can visualize it, I know I can bring it into fruition because it already exists if I can picture it. So like, you know, just believing in the dream and believing in myself that I'm able to like capture that and get it, like I just knew like it was gonna happen.
That's so fire, bro. Like, is that the one? I know you wanted Chief Keef, but is there any other artists that you really wanted on there that you just couldn't happen? Can you talk about how like it just didn't work? Like, you know?
Man, there's some artists out there that I really, really wanted. Hold on.
Shout out to the kids
Shout out
going
to the
crazy.
kids,
Shout out to
bro.
the kids
Shout out
going
to the
crazy.
kids. Nah, man. I mean, there's certain people. I don't really want to drop too many names because a lot of like people. I mean, I'm probably gonna have them at the next year festival, but some of them are doing Lala this year, so we weren't able to get them. But it's a lot of love out here. You know what I mean? A lot of alternative people that I really wanted there, and like the direction I want to take this festival is like more electronic, more rap, and I want to introduce rock next year. So like that's the plan, to take it that way.
That's fire, man. Hey, who is the one person that you're most excited to see besides Ski? What's the one artist that you're most
Ski?
excited for?
Bro, I'm excited for all of them. I mean, really, my best friend, PFA Forever, Pain From Above. Like, I know 100%, because I'm going to be on stage for that entire set. Like, I know 100% I'm going crazy. The crowd's going to be jumping. And it's just going to be a really sick moment. I'm really excited for that. But, I mean, all the artists, I mean, these are all people I want to see. And, you know, I've yet to see Snow Strippers live. So it's really cool to, like, have someone that I haven't seen yet that I love, that I want to see. Otherwise, the rest of the lineup I've seen before, besides Brothel and Belize, and like, you know, I got to see Icy Twat last year at Summer Smash. So I'm just trying to like, I don't know, all of them I'm really excited for. I just want everyone to have a safe, amazing time and like lose their mind. Like, the thing I don't like about some of these major festivals is that a lot of it seems like disconnected. So that's the whole entire purpose of like this event, is reconnection. Like, my favorite thing is like I go to a show, I meet someone, and like they're super cool, and I like fuck all the money shit. Like, if I go and someone leaves the festival and they're like, oh, you know, I met a new best friend here, lifelong friend, like I've succeeded. Like if two strangers become best friends at my show, then I've succeeded. Like, that's the entire end goal. But artist-wise, on who I'm excited for, shit, all of them, bro. All of them.
I don't know if you want to explain or you want to tell the world, but how did you even be able to afford all these artists, bro? You don't have to explain it if it's up to you, but bruh, are you selling 1,000,000 eighths? What is it? Are you gambling?
Yeah.
Well, how did you even afford Ski, bro? How?
Hey, man, I don't want to give out too much of my business, but it's primarily from investing. That's where most of the stuff comes from. So I don't want to like come out here and say like anything specifically, but it's definitely from investing.
One thing I want to say though is, are you gonna be in the pits, my boy?
Oh yeah, definitely in the pits. Definitely in the pits. I'm gonna listen. I gotta be in like 12 places at once that day. So, but if I can get in the crowd for at least 25 minutes, I feel happy. You know what I mean? 25 minutes sporadic throughout the thing, but I'm trying to be on stage a lot of the time too. Like, my best friend PFA Forever, he's gonna be DJing for Twat. So like, I'm trying to make sure, you know, I'm on stage for that.
Right.
But besides that, like Homicide, I'm gonna be in the pits for.
Homicide.
Yeah, Homicide. Yeah, you know, he go crazy. You know that, but nah, like Ski Mask for sure. I mean, I want to be on stage with Ski. Like, that'd be crazy. But nah, fam, I'm trying to be in the crowd as much as possible.
Hey, if there's anybody that's watching that may look at you as like just like them, you know, what's one thing you would tell them in terms of like, yo, it is possible. You know, it is possible to host a festival, because this is a big deal, bro.
Yeah.
This is insane to like host your own festival. Like, that's what's one thing you would tell them in terms of like any advice? Like, there's got to be some sort of way to like try to get to that level, you know?
I would say, bro, I can't really give advice to you guys because I don't know you personally, but if I was talking to my younger self when I was like 16 and stuff, like, I really back then was straight up like a nihilist. Like, I didn't believe in anything. I thought about the world in a really dark way. And like, I was in a dark place at that time, you know? So like, if I was going to talk to someone who was younger around that age, I would just tell you, bro, like, you got to like, one, believe in yourself and believe that you're connected to whatever higher being that is. There's a reason that we're put on this planet. You know, all of us are born with natural gifted gifts. So like it's a matter of tapping into that and knowing who you are, truly who you are, not to like flaunt it or be someone that like, you know, you look up to or think that's cool or like what you think is cool. Like, bro, I love Star Wars. I'm a fucking nerd, bro. Like, you know, it's cool to be yourself. So like, I don't know. I would mainly tell myself like, bro, one, it's going to be okay. You're going to get through it. And like, two, like, always trust that, like, you know, I fucking hated high school. Like that point in my life, like there was so much I for real, like, bro, I didn't want to be alive. Like, I don't want to go too deep on it, but like I really did not want to be alive. And like if I could go back and give my younger self like a hug and be like, homie, I love you, and like it's gonna be okay, like that's what matters. And I want you guys to know, like, you guys all matter. You are all important. Like, there's so much stuff that's out of our control, and that's cool, but there's some stuff that's like actually in our control. And if we all go outside like every single day and like spread love and happiness as much as possible, like we can really create and change the future. All these old motherfuckers that are running this world, they're about to leave, bro, and they're kind of giving us the keys to like a broken down car. So like, you know, I'm trying to like figure out a way that we can polish this bitch up, and like, because we're really about to take charge when it comes to like the leadership of like the new world. So I just want to change the world as much as I can and much as in my control, you know. Like, it's all love and positivity, and if we keep spreading that peace and love, like it's going to change the whole entire perspective, you know, unified consciousness.
That's fire. That was a very XXX Tentacion answer.
Hey, nah, bro. Very J Jetpack answer, bro. Chill.
What are some artists that you may not have, you know, had here, but what are some artists that you wish you would have had that maybe you can have next year?
I'm trying to like, bro. I mean, like, I'm trying to gatekeep a little bit because I want it to be a surprise. That's but fair, I mean, I did talk about Chief Keef earlier. That's a definite I want. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I need that in my life. I mean, obviously, there's big rappers that I would love to have at my event, and just all artists in general that I would love to have at my event. But I really want to use my platform to like promote people I fuck with. So like that's what matters most to me. So I could take it many different avenues. I mean, shit, there's shout out Kenny Beats out there, Mac DeMarco that I'm talking about. Like, you know, there's all different people that I would love to have at my event that, you know, it's going to happen. You know, I see it in my own mind. So
what's one scare, bro? I know when you're going to sleep at night, you think about the festival, you think about how crazy it is. What's one thing that you just wish just doesn't happen?
Well, first off, I just want to say, like, you know, right before I go to sleep, like, that's the most important part for me. Like, that's when I visualize the most. So, like, right before I'm going to sleep, I visualize hard on, like, the dream reality that I want. And I'm, like, visualizing myself walking through it. And I embody that feeling, that excitement. Because, like, words and stuff and, like, affirmations, I don't think that stuff actually works. Like, what actually works is the feeling you get from that. So, like, you're reminding yourself throughout the day, like, oh, this is the life that I want to embody. But right before you go to sleep is when your subconscious mind takes control. So it's really important right before you go to sleep to get into that happiness feeling, that loving feeling, and being like, oh my gosh, like, I already have this in my mind. And then I'll get really excited and fall asleep, and I wake up and I feel amazing, you know? So it's like, that's around the time when I'm like thinking all like the positive shit about the festival and like where it's gonna take off and like what I expect it to be like, you know? But when it comes to like fears and stuff, I really don't fear anything. I mean, like, I've had some not so good experiences at concerts before, so it's just a matter of making sure everyone has an amazing time. Like, that's what I care about the most, that everyone has a great time.
Absolutely. I know he's about to have merch and all that. Stop playing, bro. This is crazy, man. Listen, my girl's pulling up. This is my first time in Wisconsin. What's one thing that you definitely want to take away from this just whole experience, man? Like,
well, first off, I want to mention about the merch thing. Like, we're working with a great collective down in Milwaukee that needs way more recognition, and it's Unfinished Legacy. So tap in with them on Instagram. Shout out Brema. You know, like, they're going to be live screen printing shirts at the event, and they're doing a whole tour across Wisconsin right now, and they really put on for Milwaukee. So shout out Brema. They're custom designing all the merch that's at our event. So, you know, it's going to be fire-ass clothes. I'm really excited about that. But my festival, Valley Vinyl Music Festival, check us out on Instagram. Check us out on TikTok. I mean, that's like the main places I've been posting. I mean, I got a YouTube channel called J Jetpack. But yeah, like, that's the main shit that I've been posting on is Instagram. So shout out that. Our tickets are live right now on Posh. They're going for $125, but I know the week of the festival it goes up to $150. So make sure if you're interested at all that you tap in immediately onto Posh. I mean, one takeaway I want to have from the festival is just energy wise. It's like I pick up on energy from people very easily, and I'm able to read people really easily. I feel like, you know, I don't want to gas myself up too much, but like that's the main thing, you know. Like I just really, really, really am excited to see like how much love people have at the event, and that's the thing that I want it to be completely different than another festival. Like I want everyone to like see that it's family, and like, you know, like we're all looking at each other like brothers and sisters in the crowd. So like, you know, I've seen some heinous stuff go down at festivals and stuff, and I want to make sure like, you know, like everyone's making sure like, oh, you good, like you'll hear that at festivals, but I want to make sure it's like I trust that it's going to be extra like you good, you know, and like it's just all love. That's the main thing. I want it to be almost like Burning Man meets Summer Smash. Like that's the main point. Like I went to Burning Man last year, and like that was strict.
I've never heard of that.
You never heard of Burning Man? Bro.
I heard of Bernie Mac.
No. Nah, bro. Burning Man, it's in the desert. It's like it's like nothing's there, and then for like they come and build everything, and there's like a big wooden man in the middle, and they burn it at the end of the festival.
What?
Yeah.
No, I never heard of that.
I was out there for like 8 days biking nonstop, like 60 miles a day, and like everyone's like psyched out, but like, you know, me, I only smoke, I only drink, I don't do anything else. Little bit of
no meth.
a little bit of psilocybin, you know how it is, but like, bro, that place is the most loving place I've ever been. Like everyone was welcoming. Like I almost was biking, I almost passed out, bro. And I asked this dude, he had like some like he had a bag of apples. I was like, bro, can I please get an apple? And he was like, come with me, and he brought me to his camp, had me meet all his homies, and they just were stacking food on my lap, just unreal amounts of food.
And where is this?
It's in the Nevada desert, bro.
Wow,
and like you see like all different people there. Like Skrillex goes there all the time. Diplo goes there. Like it's like big, bro. Like Elon Musk. Like, bro, it was fucking crazy, dude. Like
That's nuts.
It was one of the greatest experiences of my life. Seriously.
I've always wondered, like, yo, if I had like 15 people on my lineup, like, I don't want people to feel some type of way. I don't want this person to get mad that he's above this person. Like, how do you go by that? Is it your personal choice or like what?
Some of the decision, it was like management decision by the artist, and then a lot of it, I mean, like it's just the way that the flyer is set up is the way that the performances are set up. So like time slots and everything. So that's like how I kind of got it all together.
Because I figure, like, how do you know, like, for example, like Molly Santana, big fan. Che or Che, however you pronounce it. How do you know who goes above who? Is it like who has more followers? Like who has more clout? Like how does that work? Like, did you choose that personally?
I chose it. But it is based slightly off of monthly listeners, I would say.
Right.
But monthly listeners doesn't fucking matter to me. Like all the people I have on my lineup I love and adore. You know what I mean? And I fuck with them heavy. Like, and I believe all of them will, like, they deserve more success and recognition in their lives, you know? Like that's the whole entire point.
What's the one Ski Mask song that you're dying to hear, bro? I know we love Ski, but if there's one song, for me it's Shibuya.
Fair.
But if you could choose one track, what is it? If you're gonna just hear one Ski song.
What was the newest album? 13th Dimension?
Yes.
Off of 13th?
No, 11th Dimension.
11th? My bad, Ski. Off of
Not 13, 11. Is it 11? I don't know my Spanish like that.
John say once?
No, I'm talking about in Spanish. 11 is 11.
Yeah, once. Yeah, bro. Bro, Puerto Rican out here, bro. Nah, bro. I mean, off 11th Dimension, I gotta say Part the Seas for sure.
Open it up.
Open it up.
Open it up.
Yeah. Open it up.
Life short on a porch.
That's the one, bro. Life
in New
short.
York, calculating like a dork, bitch.
Kill Bill track suit, Preem short. Yeah.
Yo, shout out to my boy. He just bought Preem shorts.
Yeah, no. So the Preem hat.
Fat
shoes, bro. Chill. No shorts.
Yo, that's hilarious, bro.
Let me tell a story about that song. That song, though, is crazy because, like, there was a certain point, bro, shout out at the hospital. I was hospitalized for a little bit, and, you know, they have us all together in that shit, and you have, like, a roommate, you know? So, like, I'm in the room with this random-ass kid, and he was, like, I was fucking with him. Bro was chill, but, like, him and I, it was, like, 3 a.m, bro. It was, like, 3 a.m, we're kicking it, and, like, we're just talking, and, like, the nurses would come check on you because you make too much noise, and, like, bro, we're, like, this is, like, when Ski and X were blowing up and shit, and we were, like, yo, you fuck with Ski? I was like, yeah, bro, what the fuck? And we're talking about, what's your favorite song? And we both said, bro, Life's Short. We start rapping that bitch hard as fuck, loud as fuck in the room, and, like, it was crazy.
Shout out to the hospitals, man, holding down.
Shout out to the hospital. Nurses came in and were like, what the fuck is going on, dude? Like, It's crazy, but no, it's a wild story, man.
Nah, that's fire. Last thing I'd say, man, how do you feel about festival culture in general? You know, like we got the Summer Smashes of the world, the Rolling Louds. What's your take on festival culture now, man? Because I know like Rolling Loud, some people have been saying that it's fallen off a bit. It's not the same, or Summer Smash is like more organized. Like, what's your take on festivals nowadays? Do you think they could do anything to improve it, or you know, I know you go to festivals like that, but
Yeah.
what's the difference between yours to as opposed to any other festival, you know?
For one, shout out Tarek, shout out Rolling Loud, shout out Cole, shout out Summer Smash. I got a lot of love for both of them. So festival culture, if I can speak on it, I mean, it's cool. It's cool. You know what I mean? I think festivals bring something completely different than what a concert usually does. For one, it puts on for a lot of artists. And for two, usually like the energy is way more crazy at a festival than like what it would be at like a normal concert. And with normal concerts, like it takes a little bit to like warm up. I feel like at like festivals, it's like 0 to 100 immediately, you know?
Automatic.
And like, yeah. And
Because I know yours is a 1-day festival.
Yeah.
Do you plan on doing 2 days or?
yeah, for sure. I mean, it's within 3 years that I want to move it to 2 days.
Because I
And
know it's
within-
different to have a 3-day event. I'm
Yeah,
sure that's
within-
probably hectic.
Well,
bro.
it can't be crazy. We could do it. But within 5 years, I want it to be a 3-day event. I got a really nice growth plan for what I want it to be. You know what I mean? But it all depends on the support and love that I get from the city and from you guys specifically. So shout out you guys. I love you all. Thank you so much. Reshare the fuck out of the lineup. Reshare all that shit. Because, like, without you guys, this is not possible. This festival is built for the people, by the people. So
Drink
that's-
water.
Yeah, drink water. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's the difference between, like, I would say, like, Summer Smash or Rolling Loud. Like, before, bro, like, I used to go to all these concerts and be telling people, like, yo, I'm throwing this concert, like, this festival, like, it's gonna be insane. And, like, people always give you, like, the side eye, like, bro, like, that's not true or anything like that. But, like,
Who are
it's-
you? Like, they
yeah,
just
for
look at
real.
you
And
crazy.
It's, like, it's cool to see, like, actually coming to fruition and everything. But, like, I just think, like, the difference about, like, my shit versus other people is, like, the love aspect that I'm trying to bring to it. And, you know, that extra reverberates by, like, us, you know, Habitat for Humanity is going to be serving the alcohol and food at our event. We got 2 local restaurants that'll be there. But, like, Habitat for Humanity gets half of all the alcohol sales. So,
Really?
yeah. And I think Oshkosh is, like, the 4th drunkest city in the U.S., and 7 out of the 10 drunkest cities.
I'm turning up there.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. By the time I get to ski, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to
Bro.
be sober. I'm going to be sober. Just a couple cigarettes in me. But, like, 7 out of the 10 drunkest cities in the U.S. are in Wisconsin. So, like, it's pretty crazy. But, so half of the alcohol sales go to Habitat. And then I'm pledging $10K to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. And then that goes up triple when we sell out. So, like, that's the entire goal. I mean, that kind of, like, reverberates the message of, like, connectability that it's all about. You know what I mean? I want to give back to the community as much that I possibly can. I mean, what I'm doing is, like, creating a completely different culture than, like, what is out there currently. So, like, you know, just trying to start
That's
my own
amazing,
momentum
bro.
out there. It's for real. It's great.
Where'd you get the graphic design? Like, where'd you get the flyer idea? Like, I'm sure in your mind you had a million ideas of what the flyer looks like. Because let's be real, like that alone could, you know, grow ticket sales. Like, they look at that and be like, whoa, like, what is this? Like, who made that flyer, man?
Hey, man. Shout out Petey. I just want to say shout out Petey. Out here based in New York. But, yeah, bro, I mean, honestly, that was a back burner idea. I didn't think about the flyer until, like, a week and a half before the festival. Like, we started, like, cooking
Wow,
up the
that's
flyer.
crazy. That would be the first thing I think
Yeah,
about.
that was like a week and a half. Nah, the first thing I thought about was functionality and how it would work and everything, and like the growth and the business plan, you know. But like a week and a half before we were gonna announce the festival, I was hitting up like this other graphic designer. It didn't look exactly how I liked. Shout out him, he's a great dude. So, but like, you know, then we moved on, and like I had to contact my ticketing company. Pasha was like, bro, you know anyone that you can connect me with? And they hooked me up with PD. So shout out PD. I sent him a bunch of like retro flyers that I really fucked with, and like the first one he sent me, I'm gonna be honest, like it was cool, but it wasn't like what I was looking for, you know, like it was just too hippie-ish. I can show you it after this, but like
'Cause I feel like color scheme is huge.
yeah.
Color scheme, literally, like when you think of Rolling Loud, what do you think of when you think of Rolling Loud? Like, is there a certain theme? I think of blue, I guess.
You think of blue?
Kind of.
When I think of Rolling Loud, I think dark, honestly.
Really?
Like dark colors, yeah. Because
When I think of Summer Smash, probably.
Summer Smash,
I think of bright.
I think bright for Summer Smash.
I
for
think of
sure.
colorful.
Yeah.
So there has to be some sort of like, you know, color scheme in your head that you wanted to go with.
feel
Because
like
I know
Cold
this
is-
isn't just the
yeah.
only show you want to do.
Yeah, I feel like Cold does a really good job when it comes to like the color schemes and stuff. because like he's, you know what I mean, he's a fucking director, he's like on top of that stuff. But shout out Tark, by the way. I didn't mean any disrespect by saying it feels dark, you know what I mean? But like,
no, I'm just
like,
not dark,
loud,
not like scary or anything, but I get it though.
Yeah, but,
because there has been some dark flyers, like the
lately.
Rolling Loud Cali was just straight black with like beige or whatever. But they used to, I mean, actually when they first came out, they were dark.
Yeah.
They were dark, like the 2015 and all that. But I mean, I understand the color scheme you went with was like a beige with the green.
Yeah, we got the green.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like, I don't know. I just wanted the flyer is the first thing people are going to see. You know what I mean? And
Absolutely.
that's what they're going to judge the festival on. It was crazy. After we announced and like all the DMs we got about like, is this real? What is happening? You know, like that shit was crazy. But the flyer is like one of the most important things because it's the first thing people see, you know?
Yeah. What's the last thing you want to say to the youth, man? If there's one thing you could say to them, what you gonna say, man?
Last thing I want to say is always believe in yourself and believe that like you can truly make an impact on this world, even if it's the smallest thing, whether it's a smile, whether it's a hello, you know what I mean? Thank you. You know, like that stuff really does matter. And like how we go about this day and like is actually impacts other people. So like don't try to, like, I'm not telling you how to live your life or anything like that, but I would recommend to try to get outside, you know what I mean? Like, where everyone's so chronically online today, even me, that, like, it's important to, like, stop what you're doing and really appreciate, like, the present moment, because that's the only moment that actually exists, you know? Like, the past is already dead, and the future isn't here. So, like, it's almost like an infinity symbol where we're just kind of in the middle, and it's all looping around each other constantly. So, like, you know, I would just... my message for the youth is always believe in yourself, and that the love within your heart can reverberate 1,000 times. You know what I mean? It's like when you like throw a rock in the water and you see it, like the ripple effect that it causes. Like that's how I picture like what I'm doing every day as, you know? And if I'm sitting in my house all day, like, you know, fucking being sad or whatever the fuck, like that is sending out that vibration out into like the unified consciousness that we're all connected in. So like I just think of everything that I do in like terms of like, you know, like frequency and energy, and like, you know, if my thoughts aren't right, that just means my like radio station's tuned into the wrong channel. So it's like a matter of like appreciation and gratitude in order to change the channel into something I want to hear. Because like I truly don't believe like one, that anything's real, or like I'm in a constant battle between that where I don't think anything's real and everything's real. So like, you know, I definitely don't believe my thoughts are me. You know, I think it's really like we got receivers in our brains. But like, I mean, love yourself, bro, and love the people that are in your life. Like, grow an appreciation for the things that you do, because like your craft, you as a human, you can really create anything that you want, and you matter, bro. Like your life is important, so make sure you're taking care of yourself and make sure you're spreading love to not only the people around you, but most importantly yourself, because you truly matter and your voice will be heard. Yeah, I don't know. That's
that
really
was deep,
amazing.
man. I appreciate that, man. I felt that, honestly. So shout out to my boy Johnny, man.
Hey, shout out to Aaron, bro. This was a real one. This dude's a real one.
You a real one, bro.
This was a real one, bro. You a real one, nah.
Thank you, bro. So hey, man, like the video, comment, subscribe, man.
Valley Vinyl Music Festival on Instagram. God bless.
Choo choo.